through our daily lives, brothers and sisters. So hence the reason why I continue to ask, share the life, share the life, share the life, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I have seen, no matter of fact, with going down in history, this is why I must say blessed good afternoon to my lovely wife, Annie, and my children, ladies and gentlemen. My wife always encouraged me, Irvin, before you open your mouth and speak, listen. Before you even add a 2 cents, listen. You know why? Because it is reckless to make statements that you would end up having to retract. It is reckless to make statements that you cannot defend, and it is reckless to spread information that is not factual. So, Irvin, research before you speak. Hence the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I am totally aware of the vaccine situation that we are dealing with in Trinidad and Tobago. But what it is, I clearly, brothers and sisters, family and friends, me, myself, I don't know who will agree with this statement, but what it is I do know, I saw in January, my Minister of Health, he was out and about discussing vaccine and was linking people. Hence the reason why we saw when the relevant, when the letter was written, who, whether you had authority or did not have authority, we know the Ministry of Health and the Minister of Health and the Prime Minister and them have the authority to write and lobby on behalf of citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. We know that is their authority. We know the Farmers Association have the responsibility to write on behalf of the Farmers Association. They could write to the government on behalf of the farmers in Trinidad and Tobago. We all know this. So we all know that when you put somebody in charge, when you put somebody is running something, we allow them. Now, brothers and sisters, if we are being misguided and we are being mistreated, we would speak up. But if we see a group of people that continue to do their best, we are in the middle of a pandemic, continue to not give us excuses. Now, this afternoon, we're not speaking politics, so I'm asking each and every one of us to call in. Yes, we like to discuss with the city East Indian man, and with the city the Afro man, and with the city Syrian man, with the city Chinese man. We just call each and every race, and you know what? We tend to pick out each and every one of our shortcomings. This is what we tend to do each other. Trinidad and Tobago, I want to urge each and every person that call in today, let us take a deep look inside of us. Let us remember the day when our ancestors, our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers reached to the shores of Trinidad and Tobago, understand the level of asset they did not have, and understand where our family have evolved from. Now, we are not taking facts away from facts. The facts is there are some that has not evolved to the fullest capacity. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I continue to say some are misinformed, some are uninformed, and some are just blatantly misguided. So, brothers and sisters, those of us who continue to stay positive, this is why on a day-by-day basis, I continue to discuss the One Oak Foundation. I continue to discuss 648 TV. I continue to discuss 91.9, ladies and gentlemen. I continue. You will even hear me call out the library agenda. Brothers and sisters, down in my area where I am from, you all know I love to talk about Point Fortin, and who know me know I love to speak about Trinidad and Tobago. When I pass and I see somebody at the side of the road, brothers and sisters, selling something, it's a pleasure to promote what they're doing. You know why? Because we must continue to motivate our people. We cannot sit back and wait for others to do it for us. So if you're from Shogunas this afternoon, I am saying call somebody in Shogunas, let them know Real Talk is on, the Pelau is on, and we need to talk this afternoon. Brothers and sisters, family and friends, Trinidad and Tobago. I continue to thank each and every one of the supporting factors in Trinidad and Tobago that continue to support our government, each and every NGO that continue to support our communities, that continue to support our citizens, each and every one of our citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that is not inside of Trinidad and Tobago this afternoon. Your boy Irvin say thank you very much. Each and every NGO, each and every person that has just give out a half pound of flour and 2 pounds of flour this afternoon, I say thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, Trinidad and Tobago is ours. And based on how we live, based on how we treat each other, will determine how far our country go. Yes, we are in the middle of a pandemic. Today, make us almost a year our country have slowed down. My question is, did all of us made relevant adjustments to bring out the best in each other? Or are we still going to continue pointing fingers at each other, continue pointing fingers at each other's religion, continue pointing fingers at each other's race, continue pointing fingers at what each other is doing? Brothers and sisters, family and friends, remember, the young people is listening. And we could have a conversation without being disrespectful. So once again, Trinidad and Tobago, the number is 342-0081-771-1791. 466-5391. Bless good afternoon, bless good afternoon, bless good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Hey. Now, while we at it and while I'm waiting for some call, doctors employed by the Regional Health Authority, questions and concern, therefore, the medical board governs the disciplinary aspect of the medical practitioner. So, ladies and gentlemen, Trinidad and Tobago, and now to Lole, we had Tobago Regional Health Authority and the North Central Regional Health Authority. And brothers and sisters, these are information that we need to continue to spread throughout Trinidad and Tobago. While we at it, I want to big up the Commissioner of Police and each and every one of our hard-working police officers out there today. Bless good afternoon. So to the officers and them in Sirius area, in Buenos Aires, Caracas, Port of Spain, San Fernando, Pinal, Siparia, wherever, Toco, Manzanilla, Guayari, Shakari, wherever you at. Bless good afternoon to each and every, we're talking essential worker. Bless good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, family and friends. Now to point 14, I say a bless good afternoon to point 14, each and every person. I say a bless good afternoon to the MP of Point 14, to the Mayor of Point 14, to each and every councillor in Point 14, and all the members, everyone who live in Point 14, to San Fernando, to Port of Spain, the same. Bless good afternoon to every one of you. Bless good afternoon to Trinidad and Tobago and each and every one of our listening and viewing parties around the world. We're saying bless good afternoon. Yes, we at Street 919. Yes, we at IWER's house. And ladies and gentlemen, conversation is on. My question to you today is, could we live in Trinidad and Tobago without being disrespectful to ourselves? Could we live in Trinidad and Tobago and be an example to the younger ones in Trinidad and Tobago? This is my question. Numbers again, 342-0081, 771-1791, 466-5391. Ladies and gentlemen, the lines is open. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
I am okay. Bless good afternoon. How you do?
Well, I trying. We could make it if we try, you know. Just a little harder.
Yes.
You know, some is wise, some otherwise. But I see where we are making effort. Some of us is going out there and selling something, doing something, you know, getting involved in small businesses. We need to just continue to empower one another, encourage one another.
Yes.
You know, but what is most important is the music that we play.
Yes.
The music carries an energy. Have you ever been in a little party, maybe when you was younger, and when they started playing a sort of music that you like, how the crowd get away?
Yes.
It's a different energy.
Yes.
So that music have a lot to do with our energy, you know. And Easter is coming. I hope we would continue to listen to the cautionary measures that we need to take.
Yes.
Because there's, you know, camping, you know, going out there, camping for the Easter holidays. And I just want to continue to encourage my people to let's just press on. We could make it if we try. Just a little harder.
Yes.
Talk on and listen, Mr. Felix.
Yes, bless. Yes, man. Thank you very much for your contribution, caller.
Yes, my brother.
Yes, man. I just want to big up a couple of people, Miss Cheryl Henry, Miss Pauline Buckmeyer, Irvin Felix, Pastor Harrison. I want to big up the MP of Point 14, Mr. Kennedy Richards Jr. I must big up the man who taught me how to be on air and how to do this conversation thing. When I say conversation thing, how to operate and function on air, I must big up Pastor Google, Trinidad and Tobago. We must say big up to Pastor Google. No, good this Tuesday afternoon to you, Mr. Felix. Yes. Bless good afternoon. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago. My figures looking kind of low there. Saying, oh, let's share the live. Let me get the conversation up and let me get the information going. We're saying the conversation today is, could we, us, the people in Trinidad and Tobago, do the responsible thing and make the relevant adjustments? And because we know the young people is listening, so I am asking today, would we as a people make the relevant adjustments and have the relevant discussion with each and every one of us? When I say each and every one of us, East Indian, Africa, and I'm talking PNM, UNC, once it is profitable to the society of Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, could we stand together as a people, or we think that this would not work? Blessed good afternoon. Callers, line is open. Now I want to use this time to big up a couple of people on the Facebook. Facebook, blessed good day. I seen Mr. Ryan. I seen Walcott. I seen Fraser. Yes, I seen Marshall. I seen James. Blessed good day, James. Blessed good day, Ned. Blessed good day, each and every one of us, Talia and Ed. Blessed good day, Samantha, Isabella. Point 14, New Village in the house. Miss New Village, bless good day. Matter of fact, my two New Village ladies all bless good afternoon. Big up all yourself right through. So Trinidad and Tobago, once again, ever so often while I'm moving, me just bounce up a lot of young people. As I told you, I will be having a young man up in a little bit who, while moving through, me and my family was moving through at night, and this boy was talking lyrics to waste Trinidad and Tobago. And the only thing we could do is just stop and highlight it. Bless good day. So we're saying that when you're moving through your neighborhood, big up the young people and them, forward them, send the information out. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Good afternoon.
I just called to say, partner, that is a very good idea. I am saying, I make no bones of saying it.
Yes.
But I would love to see unity, because I have a lot of things going on in this country that I don't like, that I know both CNM and UNC to come together and work things out for the betterment of our country. Let me give you an example, my brother.
Yes.
Food prices. We have a problem. The problem, one of the greatest problems in this country is monopoly.
Yes.
Where there's monopoly, there's no competition. Competition drives the prices of goods down. It has been in the United States of America. Some of us don't like over there, but what they encourage over there is trade and commerce, and monopoly is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
That is why all the pressure in the world, everybody wants to go in the United States still, because with food prices, like clothing and certain necessities are cheap, because they encourage competition.
Yes.
But here in Trinidad, when you have a certain mobile network alone, they could do what they want. I don't know if I remember when the cost of living was very low some years back.
Mm-hmm.
We used to pay. You time you pick up your phone and say hello, good morning, $6 gone.
Yeah, it was 6 minutes. Yes, I remember them days.
You understand?
Yes.
And why that was going on? Because no competition.
Yeah.
And we don't even have competition now, because it still is a monopoly.
Yes.
But here's what I want to say. Let me bring it home here now. At the end of the day, we have to look and see where this thing is. When my party, the People's National Movement, is in opposition, we behave ourselves.
Yeah.
We humble. We work for the best. I Dr. Rowley and them, I can't believe sometimes I vex with Dr. Rowley, because we work together with the government of the day, which was the UNC or the People Partnership, or what they call it.
Yes.
We humble ourselves. When PNM lost the election, we licks. We lick the wounds. We go back to the drawing board and come back stronger.
Yes.
But not so far different particular partner and a certain different ethnicity in this country. Everything for them, all the lost the election is the all social media full of this race. Why we have to be like that? They call it lift and go and retreat, regroup, and come back stronger. When Dr. Oli in opposition, we support many bills the partnership bring, because they was for the betterment of Trinidad and Tobago. So I rest my case and see what it is I go in and understand what it is really going on in this country. But I'll turn and I'll listen, my brother.
Thank you very much for your contribution, caller. Trinidad and Tobago, we understand what the caller is saying. So everyone could call in. All you know at the Pelau program, all you know at the Pelau Show. Brothers and sisters, everyone have a free opportunity to call in and express themselves once we're doing it respectfully. And brother, I respect your views and I totally understand where it is you're coming from. And each and every one of us, we must be truthful in our spaces. Why? Because our children are looking at us. And based on how we act and based on the words we continue to pronounce will determine the direction they go. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Arima part one again.
Arima.
Respect to the last caller, man.
Yes, man.
Go to the head of the class, my friend.
Yes.
But I don't feel we're going to see world peace, you know. Nah, I feel individually we need to first act true and living God.
Yes.
That will bring about consciousness, discipline in us, and we take it individually. You see, just like parenting, for us to grow our children in the right way.
Yes.
Yeah, because you see, what I just see is one side working harder than the other side. And then we want equality. But it wouldn't come about that way.
Yes.
You know, we need to individually be disciplined and things will work correct.
Thank you very much, caller.
Doctor and listen.
Thank you very much for your contribution, caller. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Hi, good evening, my brother.
Good evening. Bless good afternoon.
The second to last caller, I want them to go to the head of the class because I mentioned this from day one. I said Dr. Rowley supported over 60% of the initiatives of the UNC when they were in office.
Yes.
Because it was in the best interest of the country. You telling me they are now in opposition. They can't support one. You can't tell me something wrong with that. Something is definitely wrong with that. Dr. Rowley supported the Section 34, but they went in the wee hours of the night and altered it and then passed it. So you telling me Dr. Rowley is so bad or they can't support not one initiative to take this country forward, but is something wrong with all the UNC and UNC people, all this vomit, all this sick.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much, caller. Bless good afternoon, caller. And ladies and gentlemen, let's not be disrespectful here because we want everybody to call in and give their take. Let us find out where this problem come about. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I listen to you when your program now starts. Discipline, I don't think we have discipline in Trinidad and Tobago. Honestly. When I looked up something they sent to me on my phone there, I don't know if it happened in Chicago yesterday with, the police and the vendors.
Yeah.
And it was the most nasty thing I ever seen. And listen to me, you see this police and them, shame on all it, because you can't tell me a young lady up in all your face and let me go. No. You understand? If we know vending on the street is wrong, it is wrong. And she kept on, there was out of context of telling you about I'm ashamed of the police and them. They were supposed to arrest this young lady, man.
Mom?
They showed up here last night with this gentleman up here in court.
No. I didn't saw it. Yeah, I didn't saw it last night.
Right. What is Elias or Emil or whatever?
Yeah.
You see what they show with him?
No, I didn't.
Why did Dr. Rowley, they have to show with him, walking with him? Why?
We will get to that. We will touch on that.
Have a good one.
Thank you very much for your contribution, caller. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yes, Mr. Felix, good evening.
Good evening. How you do?
There. Thank God for bringing you up safe another time.
Yes, thank God for Jesus.
When you have to run that black carpet all the time, you have to ask for guidance.
We must put it in God's hand.
In going and coming,
yes.
We give God thanks for bringing you another day. And, we're looking forward. As I say again, the race thing has to stop. I don't know how it will stop. We have to love us and we have to love Trinidad and Tobago. It's all about Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Because anywhere it have an uprising, this COVID, a lot of people will die.
Yes.
We cannot afford this now. We can't. Lockdown. We want our children to go to school. Remember, some of the parents cannot cope with this new kind of maths. We didn't know arithmetic.
Yeah.
Them children know maths. And when you're showing them, I don't have no children to teach, but when you're showing them, mommy is not so messy. Some don't even have the media, the mechanism to teach the children.
Yes.
So if we don't obey, we will not go back. They will have to lock down again. And I plead this morning, churches, obey.
Yes.
Choir, put on your mask to sing. If we preach in Jesus Christ and all of that, and we cannot obey the law of the land, we can't obey God's law.
Amen.
So we have to be more careful, and let us continue to pray for those in authority. You know, I thank God for Dr. Rowley and his ministry and his ministers of parliament. I pray for the opposition all the time.
Yes.
Because this is what the word say. We have to pray for those in authority that we will live peaceably. So this evening, have a wonderful evening. New Village in the house. Love you, Daddy.
Miss New Village, blessed day, and thank you very much for your contribution.
You can't catch my voice at all. You catch it, you're alone.
I will catch it.
You're alone. Yes. Don't worry. And you know, my condolences to the family of in Egypt.
Yes.
You know, it's our duty so to do because it's a life.
Thank you very much.
And let us continue to talk to our young people and help them, you know, that they will go on. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on them. God didn't give up on us. Have a nice one.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Miss New Village. Bless good afternoon, caller. And we must say big up to Miss New Village. Bless good day.
To the panel.
Good day.
Asking a question.
Doctor, my brother.
Let us say an African man has a business somewhere on the corridor. On the corridor. There's corridor.
Yeah.
And 2 times, people came in there, shoot up on his business, shot people, right? They didn't take no money or any kind of thing. What does be the narrative thereafter? What the John Public does accuse that businessman of?
The businessman?
Yes.
You want me to answer that or you want to finish?
No. Okay, well, let me finish it.
Okay.
So sometimes you may hear drug-related or gang-related, especially on the corridor. People who look like me and you. Eh?
Yes.
Most time you don't hear that story.
Yeah.
So I listened to the news today, right? I wouldn't call names, but sometimes there are certain foods, you know, you have long lines.
Yes.
Right? And tasty sauce. You understand? And today again, this is the 3rd time in particular business, that a worker gets shot. Gets shot in that business. You understand?
In the business?
And I never hear the narrative a worker get shot, right? And the narrative we see on the corridor that once people look like me and you, is drug related or gang related. They don't 3 times up to now me and hear that narrative. So and the business will get shoot up today. The people don't look like me and you. So I don't know if it does have race in drugs or crime, because we don't hear a story for one group of people, we don't hear a story for the other. Yes. I don't know if you're aware. You understand?
Yes.
So I don't know if this, you know, this tasty thing, this sauce, is there any drugs in the sauce, you know? I don't know.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Caller, and I like that contribution. And Trinidad and Tobago, that is a very important question that the caller ask, if why it is when we hear these things and then most of the time we hear drug related and these kind of conversation. And brother and sister, I think this is why this book came about, the hidden agenda of race relation in Trinidad and Tobago, because what it is I continue to say. Hey, look my brother here. Let me take this call and then we go. Bless good afternoon, brother.
Pleasant good day to you, Irvin. Paul Saran here.
Paul Saran, bless good day, sir. How you doing?
Good. I'm good, actually. I am now locked on and listening to your program. But let me tell you this, right? A lot of people want to speak about the vaccination and this and that. And let me tell you something. We have to look at the bigger picture and stop with the politics inside of it, right?
Yes.
Because, you know, we Trinidadians, we just try to gravitate to certain things and we don't look at the bigger picture. And I am saying our people is not serious, including the government and including the opposition, because you know why? I don't know if they're looking at the head in terms of outside of Trinidad and Tobago, and this thing is a money-making thing, but you can clearly see that Trinidadians and Tobagonians is not gravitating to this vaccine. And what I would like is to talk about if this vaccine is actually something that we should gravitate to because it will help us, or it's just something to just make money in terms of the medical field, that kind of thing. And people are really seeing the real big picture behind this, you know, because to be quite honest, I am very undecided whether I'm taking the vaccine or whether I'm not taking the vaccine. And if Trinidadians were so concerned about their health, they would have hit the streets because they want the country to open back and protest, because you know why? It's politically motivated and they continue to play games, whether it be PNM or whether it be UNC. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
So that's what I wanted to discuss. Not really be balanced, but let me know where this is going on, because it seems as though, I don't want to say it's a hoax, it seems it's a multi-million dollar market. You understand?
Well,
and it's bigger than us. It's even bigger than Dr. Rowley, and he knows it.
Yes. This is why when I finish, I will say, I'll make a statement.
Yeah, sure, I'm finished. Thanks.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution, big brother. And you stay blessed. Which part is there, brother? Which part? Big up your zone now, man.
Actually, from San Fernando East.
Well, right, San Fernando in the house, brother. Bless, good afternoon, and thank you very much for your contribution.
You're welcome. Take care.
Yes, thank you. And Trinidad and Tobago, now the brother brought up a relevant conversation. Millions of dollars have been given to COVID vaccine in NG. So why are cases continuing to rise? Now, ladies and gentlemen, now check what I'm saying. Now, the Bible that I just learn and that I read in, and brothers and sisters and family and friends, I think we have to be real and reasonable with what it is we continue to say and what it is we continue to do. We factually know that we cannot lean on our own understanding. Hence the reason why I started off the program by highlighting people who are major in their relevant fields. Now, what it is we saw in my life, I being real in Trinidad and Tobago, what it is I saw Mr. Paris Ram, when the pandemic had hit Trinidad and Tobago, he came forth, he didn't run and hide. Now, one thing I factually learned is that he's not politically aligned. That is a fact. So what it is Mr. Paris Ram and his knowledge and his ability that he's doing this because of his knowledge, probably because he was educated in Trinidad and is being a patriot to do that, or he did it because he just naturally loves his country. But what it is we continue to see in Trinidad and Tobago, that the advice that Mr. Paris Ram and the Minister of Health continue to distribute on a week-by-week and on a day-by-day basis since last year around this timing, we have been guided properly. Now, as far as I continue to say, now, brothers and sisters, you could call in and give your differ because the young people is listening. Let us just be respectful. What it is I saw Trinidad and Tobago rate #1 in handling the pandemic. Now, what it is I factually know, that the Prime Minister been working. We essential workers has been working, but them wouldn't bounce that money to pay Oxford and these people and them to come up with a propaganda like that. That would be out of timing and it would be dangerous. So that being said and done, ladies and gentlemen, while others continue to open their mouth and speak negatively, I think Trinidad and Tobago have not been looking. Most of the time, others speak negatively about the government or about somebody who doing something. Right at that moment is because the person drop an important piece of information and probably they don't want you to hear it, or probably the vex they wasn't in the position to do it. So if you can't captain the ship, let we sink the ship. Probably that is what it is I am saying. What it is I am saying is I honestly trust my CMO and I trust my Minister of Health. So they will make the relevant checks. The relevant research is their responsibility, Trinidad and Tobago. If my Prime Minister, because my Prime Minister wouldn't bring a vaccine, my Minister of Health wouldn't bring a vaccine, or the CMO wouldn't allow a vaccine in Trinidad and Tobago without it being the proper material, without it being the proper vaccine, without it being the proper shot. Ladies and gentlemen, Trinidad and Tobago, I, Irvin Felix, have that level of trust in my Minister of Health and my CMO. I have that trust in my government. Why, ladies and gentlemen? Because of the actions we continue to see portraying in the current administration. Despite all the peacock and the old talk, and despite how some of us might vex because we might find that resources are not coming in our way, the fact remains we did rate #1. The fact remains in low figures around the world, we are low. We are one of the countries. Now, ladies, Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you what it is I saw in my lifetime, and a lot of people do not want to appreciate it and acknowledge it. This is why I'm asking, share the life, call everybody, the Syrian man, the East Indian, the Chinese man, the African, call everybody we're talking today. You know what it is I saw in my life? I saw in my life my family and them who living in England and who living in the United States of America. We was born in Trinidad. Some of our family and well, the elders migrated to Trinidad, but a lot of us was born here, have Trinidad and Tobago ID card here. And a lot of us, when given an opportunity, we just want to visit First World. We just want to go out. We just want to shop. We want to hit the Gucci store. We want to be in Manhattan. We want to be in Dubai. We want to be where the expensive things is. You know what it is I saw? And Trinidadians, Trinbagonians, sorry, Tobago. God bless Tobago too. You know what it is I saw? I live in my lifetime to see people who live in these places wish that there was in Trinidad when this pandemic had hit. I live to see other people speak about my government like they live in Trinidad and Tobago. I live to see people call my phone from the outside, because those of you who don't know, 648 TV is Irvin Felix and my family, my wife Annie, and all the viewers and them, and all of them is up. So you guys know I'm not lying. I live to see Trinidad and Tobago stood up to the head of the class. I'm using that this afternoon. Bless good afternoon, caller. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, brother Felix.
Good afternoon. How you doing? How you doing, big brother?
Good. Everything cool for the hour, man.
Yes,
man. I
man.
was listening to the caller before, and he made so much sense.
Yes.
But I really come to the conclusion that enough people in this country not willing to do what you asked for this evening, because they are currently benefiting from the way things are.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
When the caller made that point about the monopoly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in his, wherever he is sitting in his life at that stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
He able to decipher that fact. I am saying we have persons who have positions of power, not just PNM or UNCA, but people in positions of power, not having that type of thought process to see avenues where things could be done or changed or shaken up, or things could be improved for the betterment of everyone in society. But as I say, some people are already comfortable with the fact that they are benefiting and benefiting on a large scale, right?
Yes.
And not willing to do the right thing, which is sometimes hard. But I look forward to listening, Big Felix.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Now, brothers and sisters, family and friends, and those of us streaming on Facebook, those on YouTube, bless good afternoon. Facebook, the Facebook team, bless good afternoon. I want to ask that we continue to be respectful, because as Trinbagonian, and if it is we call ourselves adult, let us dialogue respectfully, please. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Hey, God is Mr. Felix.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the vaccine. I believe that obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yes.
If we follow the protocol, wear your mask, wash your hands, all these things, you will avoid the virus.
Yes.
What the vaccine is doing to you, is it getting you? Is it when you take a vaccine, you don't have to wear no mask, you can go and breathe, and then, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you wouldn't get the COVID?
Yes.
No.
I listen here.
People who get the injection will feel vulnerable, and they will start to break protocol. I believe that, right?
Okay.
So, what it is, with this injection, this vaccine, people so, behind, and you understand what I'm saying?
No, caller, while you're on the line, I want to take this time to remind Trinidad and Tobago that our Minister of Health and the Prime Minister and all these people, they never said they was busy to vaccine down the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, Right. They have at all times, step by step, this is why we have step-down facilities, I don't know who it is online right now or who listening. Somebody from the New York City could contact me. My sister-in-law was in the healthcare system over there. She get COVID. You know what happened with her? They sent she home for 14 days. Trinidad and Tobago, we have step-down facilities. We have the relevant things in place.
Right.
So, if it is we don't have it, well then I would not be speaking about it today.
Why do when people who die of the vaccine and all these things? So, I can understand why you have to take that vaccine. There's a lot of things going on with this vaccine thing that people are understanding. Look, all right. You do the right thing. You eat the best. You eat the right thing. The immune system up to mark and everything. And at least you can fight it. You understand?
Yes.
Why they don't get a vaccine to cure people who have it? That vaccine cannot cure people who have it. I mean, they say when they take the vaccine, it will prevent, you know.
Caller, what I don't like to do, right? I do like to elaborate on something that I have no facts on. Saying that the vaccine don't do that or it does do that, I am not in that field. This is why it is. I trust Mr. Parisram, and this is why I trust the Minister
I don't take the vaccine
of Health.
but to trade away.
All right.
That's how I will take it. I don't come on me, nobody come on me no vaccine what they're not sure about.
Well, that's it.
I don't like needle.
Lovely.
My friend have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller, for your contribution. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, each and every one of us, we have our opinion. We must make the right decision, what is best for our families. This is why I will continue to thank everyone who continue to call in. What it is we would not do, we would not act like the relevant steps was not put in place for us in Trinidad and Tobago to avoid taking a vaccine. The fact is that the world states, listen, the world states that people will have to be vaccinated. It is nice that Trinidad and Tobago is a developing nation. What is nice is that we have brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles outside in the first world nations. Now, I don't know about you, or I don't know about your cousins and them on the outside. Somebody just put up something on Facebook about we suffering, my government is suffering the government. My government is suffering the people, the Trinidad and Tobago citizen on the outside. Now, brother, what it is I want to clarify to you here, we need to be real and reasonable. Not you alone have family on the outside. Now, what it is you wouldn't hear me sit down here this afternoon and tell Trinidad and Tobago is that my mother is in the United States of America suffering. I wouldn't do that. You know why I wouldn't do that? Because my mother understands that she have to be in the United States of America right now. My mother understands that the borders of Trinidad and Tobago have to be closed right now. My mother understands that the Prime Minister had to close the borders with his daughter on the outside. My mother understands that Trinidad and Tobago is making and continue making the relevant steps to avoid our citizens from becoming contaminated. So while your family might be complaining and saying the government suffering them, no, my family over there making what it is they have, do. My sister checking she, my cousin checking she, this one checking she, and that one checking she, because we all know it's a pandemic and nobody didn't plan for it. Bless, good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm listening to the program. I did my first time caller to the issue. But that...
You're going a little lower, caller.
Huh?
You're going a little lower, here, you know.
Yeah, I said, nowhere did I hear the government say that you have to take the vaccine. Because they will be infringing on your rights, your basic human rights. You have a choice to take it or not take it.
Yes.
But you must take a test.
Yes.
In order to know that you don't have it to go places and to operate and to function.
Right.
So why this guy coming with this good, my God, wherever he is, he always talking that thing. Why you have to, and you have to, and why they pushing this down on you? The government is not pushing nothing.
Government
and they're getting the vaccine. If you want to take it, you take it. If you don't want to take it, you don't take it.
Yes.
But if you have to function, you have to do tests to make sure you're not infected, to go infect other people in the workplaces.
My basic common sense.
So you have to stay home if you don't want to function. If you want to take the test. The test is what you have to take. These people are foolish, man. I don't know how come this. Yeah, I'm a returning resident. I'll be back and forth. And I'm glad that I'm stuck in Trinidad. Right? But another 2 weeks I'll be stuck in New York City. And I couldn't imagine how I would have functioned. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Yes, man.
So these people, and one thing I know, there's two Trinidad. African Trinidad and an Indian Trinidad. There's two different things. I don't know, people not on the same page here, and they're keeping the division. Where I live in the middle of an Indian village. And the amount of nastiness I go through in this place.
Papa, well, I want to touch on that one time. All right.
On 8 acres of land, me alone, in the middle of an Indian village. So who knows Trinidad? I wasn't raised here, so I don't know it. Everything is new to me. What I'm experiencing is new to me. When I meet a Trinidadian in New York, California, Japan, wherever, it's a Trinidadian, whether he's East Indian or African or Chinese or whatever. When I come here, I'm a two division. So it's two Trinidad and Tobago, and they have to fix that. I don't know how they're fixing that, but we can't go further. This country can't go further with this racialism. Like I tell you, I settle in the middle of an Indian village. I don't want to go through the whole thing. Yes. But there's nasty treatment towards me.
Caller, thank you very much for your contribution. Trinidad and Tobago brothers and sisters, personally, are not going to allow that, because let me tell you something, big man thing. I am a Trinbagonian citizen. I was fortunate to leave the Trinidad and Tobago and go abroad and so forth. And I think if a lot of people really understand what it is we dealing with in Trinidad and Tobago, yes, we might have discrepancies with our neighbor, and yes, we might fall out for particular things. But ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we need to monitor what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago. We need to monitor the people that continue to make these sacrifices in Trinidad and Tobago. What it is I factually know, brothers and sisters, I know that each and every one of us want to live. What it is I factually know, and know in the past that before we started to get immunized was a whole problem too, before the people and them and everybody accepted immunization. But what it is we do know, we know that it comes to terms that in order for us to move up in life and go particular places, we must be able to adapt in life. You understand? So it's either one out of the two. It's either you're being vaccinated so you could get the opportunity to go Germany, to go to the United States of America, Canada, England, or you could not be vaccinated and stay home and complain.
Ding, ding. What is the letter to ding? Hey! I feel it to take a shot. All you say, hold up, all you come in.
You know how long I get consent these shoes, boy.
And we get more, and we get your smoke too. I feel it to take a shot. I feel it to drink something I drunk. I feel it to wine on a lady. I feel it to jump like I'm crazy. I feel it to wave me rock up high. Right now I feel it like I could fly. The way I'm feeling up lately. The carnival just be in it. Put up in the back, oh God. Make me put me to one on the head. Put up on the ground, oh Lord. This zombie go kill me dead. Simply with tapping in the back. Have me whining. Fire on the ground from the sun. Make me jump like I'm waving. The only time I get in the feeling is when I start hitting the punching. Yeah, music this man and a boy. Yeah, music this man has.
Sing it out one time.
Oh, oh, oh. Hey. Oh. Give me that shades now. It's a rocket thing. Hey. Oh, good. Yeah, boy, yeah.
Watch out, big fella, just start. Watch out, big fella, just start. Hey, big fella, big fella. We come out for two.
Quiet. And let's get kind of way fasten.
Just touch it, man. Just touch it. We are true.
stay focused and hold your ground. Because what don't kill you should make you stronger. So my problem is my steroids. I get my doses from all kinds of sources. I don't know them still can't kill me now. You see, as them stick me on the ice floe, right now be strong and just like a boat. So as they box me down, so I get up. They have to wonder how others get up. And every crack I see, I just see through. And by the help of God, I get through. I just won't stop. I feel like Hulk. Move any mountain, I trample any building like Hulk. Man, better than, trample them, trample them. What we gonna do? Trample them. Because the problem. Your expert. Afraid of. Some boy gonna lose their cat tonight. Somebody gonna touch it. Black team as always, sir. What's wrong? Always. You're wicked. Some boy gonna lose their cat tonight. Somebody go touch it for you. Somebody go touch it. Some boy gonna lose their cat tonight. Somebody go touch it for you. Touch it for you. You can go, she goes if you want to. She gon' give it to who she want to. You could buy her drinks if you want to.
One thing is certain.
She gon' give it to who she want to. And you can don't hold it. Someone like you, I'm a tagana. You're the only man in the market with banana. Someone like a super.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street919fm.com. News from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 3 o'clock news headlines on the street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. TNT records 38 new COVID cases, the largest spike for the year. Supervisor dies after excavator runs over him by accident. A teenager is shot in the face. And news outside of Trinidad and Tobago, Brazil's president under pressure as the country's coronavirus death toll tops 300,000. Stay tuned for details of these stories coming up in 1 hour's time at 4. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good afternoon.
From the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
Good afternoon once again. We are sad to announce the passing of Brenda Pamela Bowen, aka Mad Max, who departed this life at the age of 68 on Friday, 19th of March, at her residence, Pretty Lane, Sobo Village, La Brea. She will be lovingly remembered as the daughter of the late Virgie Isabel Bowen and Nathaniel Williams, mother of Paul, Wilton, deceased, Wiltris, Christabel, Patrina, Hendrik, Donnie, Nakisha, Sham, and Cassandra, grandmother of 16 and many others, godmother of Tahila and Candice, sister of Crispin, deceased, William, deceased, Leon, Leyland, Godric, Sherman and Leslie, niece of Ford, Backley, Hilton, Alma, Virginia and many others, aunt of many, cousin of Manna, in-law of many, relative of the Brathwaite, Batiste, Bowen, Williams, Lewis, Graham families and many others, friend of many. The funeral service for the late Brenda Pamela Bowen, aka Mad Max, will take place on Friday, 26th of March. Public viewing at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Elite Funeral Home Chapel, Main Road, Newlands, Point Fortin, followed by the private service at 1 p.m. at St. Paul's Spiritual Baptist Church in Captiville, Main Road, Point Fortin. Then it's on to the La Brea Cemetery. For inquiries, you can call the Elite Funeral Homes Limited at 648-3462. Remember, due to COVID-19 restrictions, the funeral service will be streaming live on the Elite Funeral Homes Limited Facebook page.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world, the Street 919FM.com.
Yes. Blessed good afternoon again, Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, family and friends. Yes, we back at the Pelau Show. As all you know, we turn in the pot. So everybody giving the intake, and that is so good. Facebook, thank you very much for the contribution. YouTube, always stay focused and stay blessed. We thank all the YouTube supporters. And brothers and sisters, yes, we are Street 919. Ladies and gentlemen, we at IWER's house, and we back, and the conversation is out and about. We responsible for whatever it is we are doing and whatever it is we are saying, because the young people is listening. Do not forget, I told earlier, we have a young man in the house. Me and my family just call him Spitting Lyrics. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Also calling from the Southwest Regional Health Authority.
Yes, right. Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, family and friends, we have the Southwest Regional Health Authority on the line. And brothers and sisters, we're saying share the life, share the life, share the life. This information is very informative. It is what it is we need it as. Those of you who know, we get the point 14, General Hospital. Let us use the word general, miss. So, ma'am, you could take the floor. You could introduce yourself. Let them know what it is you do, and let them know what it is we are dealing with.
Thank you very much. So, as I said, my name is Dr. Sandy Arthur, and I'm one of the primary care physicians who work at the Southwest Regional Health Authority. For those who don't know, primary physicians work in the community. So we are the doctors that you would see in your local health centers and some of your district health facilities.
Yes.
In my role, I also work with health promotion, so therefore I straddle over into secondary services as well. So I would be able to give a pretty comprehensive overview of how persons can access.
Yes.
Care, because we do know that that is a challenge for some persons in identifying where they should go when they have a particular problem.
Yes.
And I also have with me this afternoon Mr. Umral, and he is
Mr.
our General Manager of the Allied Services.
Right.
And he has a wealth of knowledge in pharmaceutical services, and he will be sharing with you, Trinidad and Tobago, today about that as well.
All right, thank you very much. So where we would start, let me talk about we want to start with services where people can get particular services, and as you know, you on the Southwest regional side, so I think and you cover Point Fortin General Hospital and thing too.
Well, we will cover that area as well because that falls under us as well, yes.
All right. So my thing is, what I'm asking is, could you just explain these services where brothers and sisters could get like accidents, emergencies, explain about prescription, when you receive a prescription, what direction to go with it, explain the hours, because we don't know it's unlimited hours, but people kind of under-informed. So you would be bringing the relevant, you and the brother would be bringing the relevant information to us. So you could take the floor and explain to Trinidad and you could start anywhere, miss.
Great. Well, thank you. So first of all, I'd like us to make that demarcation between primary care and secondary services is very important because it's not everything that you go to your hospital for. So your first entry into, let's say, your first entry into healthcare, in the instance that it is not an emergency, it's actually not through your hospital. You go to your local health center. So everybody will know at the local health centers we have, so we're talking about points. So in Point Fortin, we have a health center right opposite Republic Bank.
Yes.
And you can go there, you can get your antenatal care or diabetes care. You know, they will say the pregnant ladies will go there. We see about the children as well.
Yeah.
And they want visits. We also have what we call chronic disease clinics. And
yes.
We also have health, or what we call health office or the walk-in clinic, as people would say. I'll tell you specifically for Point Fortin, since you mentioned Point Fortin. So, for example, on Monday mornings, if ladies need to join the antenatal clinic, there is an antenatal clinic for them on Monday mornings, and this is followed in the evening time by what we call postnatal. So they have delivered, and they are going for that visit with their babies for the first time.
Yeah, all right. All right.
On Tuesdays, it's a little different. We have a small health office in the morning, and health office is those clinics where you can walk in, you're not given an assigned date or appointment, but you have an issue that you have been thinking about for a while. So you may have had, for example, let's say, a pain in your toe. Hello?
Hello?
Are you with us, sir? Hello?
Yes.
Right. It was not bad enough to send you to the accident and emergency, but this pain in the toe is nagging you. On a Tuesday morning, you can go to that. That's your health office clinic.
Okay.
We also have coming into the clinic every Tuesday morning a clinic that is run by the QP, CC, and CEAS, and that is the Queen Park Counseling Center and Clinic. And they are the ones who would usually screen for different STIs and so on. So they come to our clinic. There's a mobile arm of that clinic.
Yes.
Once a week on Tuesdays from 10 to 12. Other days of the week, if persons want to access those services specifically, they are free to go to the other sites, and we have one that is daily health at San Fernando General Hospital at what they call Ward 17. You do not need to go through the accidents and emergency to access this service. You go directly to that building, and you can get your STI screening. For those who don't know, that sexually transmitted infections. And you can get that done other days of the week. But there is an arm that comes out to the Point Fortin Health Center on Tuesdays between 10 and 12. In the afternoon, we also have a chronic disease clinic, and we try to put a little focus on emphasis on men in that clinic as well, and that is accessible to them. On Wednesdays, we have another chronic disease clinic in the morning, and in the evening, ladies come in with their family planning issues. We do pap smears as well.
Okay. Okay.
Thursdays, we have Child Health Day. So on Thursdays, we dedicate that to the children. So these are the children who are getting their vaccine series for the first time. are given a regular appointment based on the immunization schedule, and we don't just bring them in to give them vaccines. When they come to the visit, we are checking their development so that if there are any problems that we identify with their development at those points in time, we can send them to the appropriate clinic for further evaluation and assessment by specialists.
Lovely.
On Friday mornings, we have another health office clinic that runs the entire day. Once again, if you want to come and join the clinic for the first time, so you've been recently diagnosed. You were not coming to the health center before, but you went to a private doctor and you were recently diagnosed with, let's say, hypertension.
Yes.
Then you have that opportunity to come in and join our clinic. You'll be assessed just like anybody else, and then you'll be placed or given an appointment for one of the chronic disease clinics so that you will then get regular checks and regular appointments to come back so that you can be monitored. So basically, we provide a service for every age group, every person in the health center setting.
Yes.
With the first entry point. If there is a problem identified in that setting and we think, well, okay, you need to be sent to hospital to get your heart evaluated more. Or you're having this cough and you're not happy with how it is. It's a chronic situation now.
Yes.
Not resolving. Then we send you to, for example, maybe chest clinic. Or we think that your back pain is more than we can manage, so we think that you might need some intervention by a neurosurgeon or an orthopedic surgeon. We will give you a referral letter, and you are then given and directed where to go in the hospital to get that done. So that's your first access or entry point.
Okay.
Also, if you have an emergency, and I would be happy to hear your callers call in and describe what they think as an emergency, then you go to your nearest emergency department.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
And for example, so emergencies are things like chest pain, of breath, or person been in an accident.
Yes.
Because those are what the emergency departments are there for. I think I've spoken quite a bit, and it's been a mouthful. So I want to pause, and I'm going to give my colleague a chance just to tell you a little bit more about the pharmacy services, because we do know that some persons from time to time have challenges understanding how they can fill their prescriptions and so on.
Dr. Atan, we thank you very much for the information.
You're welcome.
Thank you very, very much.
Sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Roy Omrao.
Mr. Roy Omar, thank you very much for the contribution that he is going to give us, the information that we are going to give the citizens this afternoon.
So most patients that come through the primary health care or even the secondary care, they will be given maybe an appointment to follow up. They may be given a referral letter for secondary care or for some dressings of wounds and so on. And the third thing you may be able to obtain is a prescription. Very, very important. From the doctor, you may receive a prescription.
Yes.
So the first thing I'm going to do very quickly is just to guide you with the pharmacy hours at the SWRHA.
All right.
Now the SWRHA...
Hold on, just clarify that we know there's 5 different departments. Tobago Regional Health Authority, North Central Regional Health Authority, Northwest Regional Health Authority, we are the East Regional Health Authority, and you guys is Southwest Regional Health Authority.
That's right. So SWRHA, Southwest.
Lovely.
We from Icacos to Moruga to Freeport.
Okay.
We comprise of 5 clusters: Victoria North and South, St. Patrick East and West. St. Patrick West is where the new Point 14 Hospital is, and Caroni. Those are the 5 clusters under the SWRHA. Caroni South being the 5th one. So when you receive your prescription, the first question you may ask is, what are the pharmacy opening hours? And of course, at the SWRHA, we have a couple of extended hours outside the normal 8 to 4.
Yes.
For example, at San Fernando General Hospital, I'll start there. We have the outpatient clinic. So those are the patients who go to a clinic. You will receive a physical prescription in your hand.
Yes.
Outpatient pharmacy located just next door to the emergency department is open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday to Saturday. So every single day of the week, we open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
We also have an outpatient pharmacy at the San Fernando Teaching Hospital.
Yes.
And we open from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Why the 5 p.m. and why the 10 p.m.? We try to cater for those persons in the emergency department who would come after the regular hours. For persons like you and I who work 8 to 4.
Yes.
And you can't reach on time at 4 o'clock. We give you a little extra time, 5 o'clock, so that we can fill your prescription. On Saturdays as well, we provide that service on 8 to 12.
I could ask a question?
Oh, go right ahead.
Let's just say that I go to the health center in Point 14. No, there we say the hospital in Point 14. And I receive a prescription, but I went to the medical downstairs by the pharmacy. And they don't have the relevant drugs to fill the prescription.
Right.
Could I go anywhere else with that? Or I just have to wait until Point 14 get?
Right. So in SWRHA, we have 31 health centers, 3 district health facilities, and 2 hospitals.
Yes.
When you have a prescription from any one of these units, you use an example, Point 14,
yes,
and an item is unavailable, you can go to any of the other units with that prescription.
Yes, thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes. Yes, it does answer my question.
Additionally, under something referred to as universal access, you can take that prescription and go to any of the other RHAs you just outlined.
Yes.
Similarly, at the SWRHA, we receive prescriptions from the other RHAs as well.
Okay.
So a prescription, as long as it's valid, valid here means we have some criteria that we must follow. You must have a stamp on the prescription. You must have a doctor's signature, etc. You can access service at any of these facilities.
Lovely. Lovely.
All right? So that would have answered, that question would have been my second part. How do you access a prescription?
Yes.
So just 2 things to remember, very, very simply. One, the prescription basically is a document, is a legal document, and is treated as such. And before it is dispensed, we must meet the legal requirements. I used two lovely examples.
Yes.
One, it must have a stamp. 2, it must have a doctor's signature. And most patients would know when you're walking with your prescription, it must be accompanied with your clinic card, and in case of a referral or a discharge letter. Most of our patients do comply, so we don't have a problem in that department. What we also want to highlight is the district health facilities. Apart from the Monday to Friday 8 to 4, we also provide an extended hour service. 1 day for the week. In Cuba, it's Monday, Siparia, it's Thursday, Princeton, it's Wednesday, and each one provides a Saturday service, 8 to 12.
Okay.
Again, we provide that additional service for our clients who cannot meet the Monday to Friday regular hours. Each one of our 31 health centers has a pharmacy in it, but that pharmacy will only be open on prescribed days.
Yes.
Well, that's well announced. I'll give you one quick example. Alatico Health Center would open pharmacy, would open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Irene Pharmacy Thursday and Friday. So we have prescribed days for those.
Yes. Give me back the days, please.
The Cuba District Health Siparia and Princeton, they are open Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, Saturdays, 8 to 12. And of course, the little additional service we have Monday for Cuba, 4 to 8, Siparia, Thursday, 4 to 7, and Princeton on a Wednesday, 4 to 7.
All right.
So these are some of the extended hours that we provide.
Yes. At
the SWRHA.
And I just want to ask in advance that in the near future, when you guys have the free time, because we already know what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago and what is going on around the world, every hand on deck. So I thanking you in advance, you and Dr. Arthur. We thanking Trinidad and Tobago is thanking you all in advance. Each and every person here at Street 919 is thanking you all for coming forth with this information. It is relevant and it is what the society needs right now. We need to find out where the relevant stuff at, and we need to find out the hours, and we thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for calling in and clarifying for us where and how we could receive the services. Hello?
Yes. Right, we have some more information for you. Can we go ahead and share?
You have 5 minutes. Go ahead, utilize the 5.
No problem. So in addition to the services I spoke about in the local health centers, we do have some additional services. So for example, there is what we call same-day HIV testing available at select health centers across the Southwest region. And basically, this is a testing system where you can go in. You don't the regular pathway of the center. You go directly to the room or the area that has been designated for this, and you can access HIV testing and you get your results within 15 to 20 minutes. There are sites available in each of the counties. So, for example, because you mentioned Point, there is one in Point Health Center.
Yes.
There's one in Labray Health Center. There's another, you can also access it in Siparia, Marabella, and Cuba as well. So you have in each of the different counties, you have this facility available where persons can go and get to know their HIV status.
Yes.
In 2019, we also launched 2 additional clinics that would have been new to the RHA, and that would have been a smoking cessation clinic because, as you would know, smoking has many complications. It doesn't just impact your lungs, but it can also increase your risk for cardiovascular disease, increase your risk for cancers as well. And we do know that it's easier said than done telling someone to stop smoking.
Yes.
So we do have clinics available for smoking cessation. There is one in Siparia, there is one in Indian Walk, and there's one in Cuba. Again, there's one in each county. It does not matter if you're assigned a local health center based on where you live. Is in that area. So, for example, someone living in South Urapooch can easily get a referral letter to go to the smoking cessation clinic in Siparia.
Yes.
Or someone living in La Romaine can get their referral letter and they can make that journey to Indian Walk to have smoking cessation assessment and advice given to get you on the path to smoking cessation.
Yes.
We also launched separate and apart from our child health clinic where the children come to get their vaccine.
Yes.
We also launched what we call child wellness clinics because we're addressing the fact that we are seeing an increase in the numbers of our children who are either overweight or, and also to help cater to some of our children who may be suffering from asthma. So again, we had clinics that were launched in 2019. There is one in South Urapooch, one in Pleasantville, one in Freeport, and one in Cuba. So that children who have these issues can be referred into these centers where they are given a holistic assessment. So it's not just a matter of going to see a doctor to talk to your parents about your child's weight, but we also have available to them dietary and nutrition services, as well as, if needed, medical social work services. And in instances, you may have to provide some child guidance, and that is available as well to our mental health department. So we have those additional services for the persons living in the Southwest Regional Health Authority catchment area. That's those as well.
All right. And once more, we thank you very, 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 very much for the information. One of these days, please, we're asking you guys talk to the boss, talk to somebody. Let us come in and sit down at Street 919 and discuss face-to-face dialogue with the citizens, because mind me, we already know that the work you guys are doing is to make sure that each and every citizen continue to stay strong, continue to stay healthy. You provide health care for Southwest, and we thank you very much.
I just want to add very quickly, sir, at the San Fernando General Hospital, whilst we have the inpatient and outpatient pharmacy, we have 2 dedicated pharmacies separate and apart for our clients. We have an oncology pharmacy for our oncology patients. You just use the word cancer there. And we have an infectious disease pharmacy for our infectious disease clinics and patients. And, of course, for the patients who would stay on the ward, they are referred to as the inpatients. We have an on-call pharmacist available at 24/7, should in case any one of those patients require any medication. So these are just some additional information, and we thank you most kindly for tolerating us this afternoon.
Thank you very much, and it would be remiss of us if we did not remind your public and listening audience that it is COVID, it has not disappeared, it's still with us.
Yes.
So be mindful of persons and their personal space. When you do not live with others or not from the same household as them, ensure that you keep a safe distance when in outdoors.
Yes.
Wear your mask, wash your hands often, sanitize. We probably sound like stuck or broken records, but we really have to be mindful at this point in time.
Yes.
Let down our guard.
Thank
So
you.
we just want to encourage you because we still have our facilities at the Augustus Long Hospital, our day facilities, our home of football facilities, where our staff is also working to ensure that persons who may have any problems are taken care of as well. So we need them to help us as well as we continue to do the job for them.
And thank you. Hold on. Before you guys go, and you know, I nearly come off the phone without saying this. When the pandemic had hit Trinidad and Tobago, the citizens needed you all the most. Based on how you guys continue to stand with the citizens of Trinidad, some of us come in with attitude, we know. Some of us come in with our personal problems to the health facilities, we know. And you guys have your personal problem. But on behalf of each and every citizen in Trinidad and Tobago, we say thank you very much for your continuous service. Thank you very much for standing with the population when we needed you all the most. Thank you very much to Southwest Regional Health Authority, and thank you very much to the whole Medical Board of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Much appreciated, and take care.
Thanks for having us.
Have a blessed remainder of your afternoon. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. All the best.
Yes, all the best. Thank you very much. Now, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, this has been Dr. Arthur and the team from Southwest Regional Health Authority, and we're saying thank you very much for the information. Trinidad and Tobago, this is why we continue to ask you, tune in at Street 919. Yes, tune in at IWER's house. Let us get the relevant information. So whether Felix on, or Aisha on, or Sharon on, or Pastor Google on, or whoever it is come to advertise something, I guarantee you it would be relevant information that is needed for your daily lives. So while we go at it, and we was in the middle of a conversation, and brothers and sisters, the week is closing out. What it is I want to say, I watched an interview this morning from a particular talk show host, our brothers, and now I can't tell nobody how to do the thing, but what it is I am saying, if somebody is being interviewed in front of me, despite where I tell you I politically stand, if I am addressing Miss Kamala Prasad Bisesa and I am going to use the name, I will say Miss Kamala Prasad Bisesa. If I am addressing my Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, I will address him as Mr. or Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley. This is how those of us who are playing, I should say, let me use the word, those of us who are playing the frontline role, because we have the airwaves and people are listening to us. Let us be responsible with the level of content that we continue to release. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, those who know me, right? And all you know is righteousness we need to stand by. You know we don't want to continue seeing we young people dying. Yes, African young men are dying, and yes, East Indian young men are dying, and we have a responsibility to stop picking at our Prime Minister and being irresponsible and disrespectful while we are on the airwaves. Let me stop being disrespectful in front of our families. Stop being disrespectful in front of our children, our niece and our nephews. You know why we have to do it? Because while they continue to watch us disrespect those in authority, the only thing we're training them to do is to disrespect us when they become older. This is why we're seeing a lot of family problems. This is why a lot of young people, a lot of young people don't know where to turn, because when they look at you, who's supposed to be an adult, with big people on the airwaves, big people on the radio, and we're talking and we're dialoguing. Some of us still calling in and telling about the obscene language, slip out your mouth. No. Trinidad and Tobago, what's in your heart, you have to bring out. This is why we continue to support each and every viewer, each and every listener, because we're supporting Facebook, we're supporting YouTube, Instagram, we're supporting every listener on the radio. All you know the conversation. Share the life, share the life, share the life. So while we be real, I want to bring on a young man that me and my family was passing through Sudden Garden at night, brothers and sisters, about 11 o'clock at night. While some of us might want to discuss that, wait. Them young boy and them on the corner again. Wait. Them young boy and them doing destruction on the corner again. Wait. Trinidad and Tobago. Plenty of the time, some of us doesn't stop to actually hear what is going on the corner. A lot of the time, some of us just stop and make our own judgment what is going on the corner. Let us get our young people. You ready? I don't know. Check out. Let us get our young people to come forth. Let them know what they're good at. Who good at singing? Let we promote that. Our prime minister is good at governing. So let me promote that. We minister of finance is good at handling finance. Let me promote that. Who talking Pekong is good at that. So let them handle that. But what it is I am saying is we know what have to be done in Trinidad and Tobago. We know that we have a responsibility to our young people, to our elders, and to those who continue to contribute. And Trinidad and Tobago. While some of us might want to rock back and bad talk the East Indian man, and some of us might want to rock back and bad talk the African man. Here were we forgetting. The East Indian man came here as the indigenous laborers. The African man, we came here as slaves. Brothers and sisters, our Honorable Prime Minister is of African descent. Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisesa is of East Indian descent. Mr. Bazir Pandey is of East Indian descent. Mr. Patrick Manning is of Afro descent. Ladies and gentlemen, Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, I am asking, let us be real. Look at where we came from. Each and every one of us, when we came to Trinidad, our ancestors, our grandparents and great-grandparents came here. Even some of the Syrians, even some of the Chinese. Brothers and sisters, we came and we built. Hence the reason why we say every creed here, every creed and race finds an equal place. And may God continue to bless our nation. Well, I just put in the word continue. And may God bless our nation. Trinidad and Tobago, there is too many blessings in our island. There's too many blessings. There's too many blessed people. We're talking about from Calypso, come straight down to gospel artists. Let me give them fellas and Jaron and them the planer. Let me hear positive and them. Let me hear we young people and them talk about positive, because we young people only repeating what we repeat. Why it is we think that them talking something different is we not realizing that all they're doing is upgrading the conversation. You know? So while it is you sit back and disrespect and say, Rowley this, them coming and add a 2 cent state, and you in realizing them talking to the friend, and all we keep doing is weakening Trinidad and Tobago, weakening Trinidad and Tobago, weakening Trinidad and Tobago. We must be real and reasonable with what we are dealing with. We must be real and reasonable with what we are dealing with. So, I will take 2 calls. And the numbers again is 342-008-1771-1791 466-5391. Bless good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Big brother, you ready? Right, ladies and gentlemen, well, I have a visitor here with me. As I told you, he's a young man from Point 14. Me and my wife and my children, let's call him Spitting Lyrics. He will introduce himself. He will let us know what is his motivation, what is his inspiration. Let me take this call. Bless good afternoon, caller.
Yes, my friend, short and brief.
Short and
brief. Shorty, I say what we do in secret, the younger ones doing it openly.
Yes.
Doctor, and listening.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Right. So Trinidad and Tobago, we have my brother in the house here with AJ to come and play it and his sister. All right. So hold on a little minute. So right, we have a brother here with us in the house. We're setting up right now. So while we going on, feel free to call in a little bit. We're setting up and we're discussing. So brothers and sisters, we must understand that while it is we make a discussion, when you make a discussion that we interviewing somebody. All me and Google sorry there. Right? If we interviewing somebody, now let me be real. If we interviewing somebody to talk about something, some shortcoming that we believe we saw in our environment, in our village, If you come up to explain something to me concerning your part of Trinidad and Tobago, and you come up discussing Rowley this and Rowley that, or Kamala this, Kamala that, brothers and sisters, I am not entertaining those type of conversation. These are people that are in authority, and we have, it's far too long we've been going through Trinidad and Tobago like anything is anything. You understand? Rain fall down in the south, I know nobody business. So if it flood in Penal, we talking as Star, we'll talk about Penal, but let me be real and reasonable. There are things that needs to be done in Trinidad and Tobago, and we have a governing authority that continue to portray the support of the people in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, what it is I am telling you here, I know we are on the airwaves. Yes, we're on Street 919. So the views, what it is I am saying, mightn't be agreed by everybody in the station, and it mightn't be the station views. But what it is I am telling you is that I myself have bounced up people of from UNC. And they are all totally disgusted by what is going on. Now, this is real conversation. They and all are totally disgusted by what is going on. It is sad, it is no pleasure to say that the opposition of Trinidad and Tobago, people who was educated in Trinidad and Tobago, this is the rap sheet. This is the resume that we have to present to the youths. Brothers and sisters, I have seen my Prime Minister made a little mistake in the Parliament by a figure he was giving out. And he was corrected by a gentleman from the opposition. And the Prime Minister stood up and acknowledged it and thanked the young man. So while some of us sitting back and promoting racialism or promoting division or promoting whatever our agenda is, you see people like the Prime Minister and people like Mr. Gary Griffith. You see these people and them who continue to come out on a day-by-day basis and support the people in the community, support the country, brothers and sisters. Let we at least practice what we see in, please now. Because this is what we do down in Point 14. This is why we had this young man here today. Brothers and sisters, all you go see the fella have lyrics to waste. He deserves a shot in the industry. This is why I say, this is my opinion, you guys will be the judge of it. But what it is I am telling you, there is a lot of talent, a lot of gifting in our young people out there. And if we continue to just chow peacock, not understand what the government is doing, not understand what your pastor or your pundit is trying to implement in your environment, and we continue to point fingers, we children getting older by the minute, by the seconds, and by the hours. And what will happen is we will lose our legacy. Our dream supposed to be we want our children to be better than us. That's it, brothers and sisters. Right, bless, good day. Trinidad and Tobago, big brother. Well, you're here.
Finally.
Trinidad and Tobago, listening, everybody watching. That is the camera you're dealing with it.
Hey, right, I'm watching in the wrong place.
Yeah, watching in the wrong place. Right, everybody is listening. Here what you go do is of no introduction, just like when it is we bounce you up the night in Lakeview, not in Lakeview, in Sudden Garden. You do your introduction because I know you can handle that.
Of course. Well, Trinidad and Tobago, the wider Caribbean, Mr. Felix, Mr. George, the Pelau Show, firstly, I want to thank you very much for this opportunity to be here. And I'm a personal thanks basis to you, Mr. Felix, because I can remember that night you saw me, while me and my branches home, it was freestyling in Southern Gardens.
Yes.
It was about 11 o'clock, quarter past 11, about that time in the night. I see the car stop by. I really actually wasn't paying attention to the car, lost my lyrics and all of my freestyle. So I just want to tell you on a deeper notice, thanks for that. That recognition in that moment, because you didn't know me from anywhere now, boy. And out here, I mean, I'm in music early years.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, I'm young, I was 27, but since I was about 12 years, I've been in and out, and for somebody to offer the assistance like that, not just off the bat, you know, without even a young man, what's your name? Nothing like that, you know. I deeply appreciate that.
And you know, up to today, I don't know anything.
So, yeah, it was real, yeah, deeply appreciate that.
And my thing is, because you know what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago, despite the politics, I know you're really concerned about that. What is you really concerned about is bringing about positive message.
Correct.
And this is what it is. This is why we are Street 919, and this is why we have the listeners and the viewers, and mind me, everybody is listening. So here what's going on, brothers and sisters. Let's share the live, share the live, share the live. Let me get the figures up. Let this young man talent, let his giftings be out there. Let those who are investing in music, the producers, whoever it is, let them get this young man number. When it is here, wait is here to here. Now, mind me, I was moving with my wife and my children. And if I tell you I'm moving with my wife and my children, that means the lyrics was soft enough for my children to take in.
Correct.
Now, mind me, I listen him spit too. He could get hardcore. But positivity is what it is we need right now.
Exactly.
And I like how you could adapt.
Now, because what is going on is I am a street vendor, so I on the streets. I will be able to comment and relate and probably give a little advice to the youths on how they're thinking and reacting to what they're hearing on the mainstream especially. Because on a day-to-day basis, you're going to see them walking up and everybody have Bluetooth box. This, that, and is only, I mean, I really like the Trinidad movement, you know, the breakthrough, the make a way for young upcoming artists and things, but I don't really think they're paying attention to what's going on with the youths and they're listening to that kind of music now.
Yes.
Especially with the crime aspect. Look, for instance, oh God, COVID, there's plenty of other things we could touch on, but I just want to stick with the positivity in the way the youths coming up now. They're coming up in a kind of way that, to me, it's not really acceptable, and I will say that what they're listening to, especially, have plenty to do with it.
But they go portray. Thank you very much. You know, bringing the same thing we now talking about, because where you continue to hear is where you will portray. Really. Give you a song now, so we could run into a song one time, give you a music.
Well, we don't rush the DJ and them know
yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, so brothers and sisters. So while we here talking, take me about your day now, because watch me, when I pass I see, I know you're doing your fruits thing, and I just be seeing them youth men and them around here. I know you have a little team, and if it's one thing, I know all you don't be on no foolishness, because all you always out there looking for something to sell, buying something to sell, doing something.
Yeah, well.
Go ahead.
Well, basically, we look for $1, honestly. I have a fruit stall. Well, the whole Point 14 team, Warden Road, everybody know it is
big
going
up Warden Road, Warden Road,
big up Warden Road, the whole of Warden Road, everybody logging right now. I could call a few names, but it's too much now.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's go with your fruits, pineapple, I just go in the bush, dig manure. Anytime you pass, you see 1,000 bag of manure. Only $25 for one, feel free to buy. You know, let's go.
Free commercial one time.
So, yeah, and plenty of the youths especially, and I want to determine an age bracket from 12 years to 25 years. Ever since COVID, I don't really have plenty jobs.
Yeah.
So we had to turn to the bushes legally, you know, fruits, manure, stuff like that. Plenty buying and selling over and investing also too, but see if that pop more to me. I try.
Yeah.
So.
But I notice is a man, notice you're moving through. Where's really your talent? Where you really want it to be from growth coming up the road?
Serious?
Where really you want it to be?
A geologist or a marine biologist.
Okay, and you could give me a breakdown on why?
Okay, it's a long story. I'm going to make very short. So,
Trinidad is what we like. A double tip the pepper slide. A apple juice make it right. And days we heritage. It's Paris and Diwali night. Scratch for man.
Yes, Trinidad and Tobago, this song is the young man song. I know a couple of people hear this song. I hear this song, and watch me, this is one of his rhythm. My knee does just sit back and just run tune like whoa. So brothers and sisters, all take in this one, please. Brothers and sisters, when we back up, he go talk a little bit about his personal life.
In Trinidad is what we like. A double tip the pepper slide. A apple juice make it right. And days we heritage. It's Paris and Diwali night. Scratch bomb and plenty fight. Easter we flying kite. And it ain't no negative. and Fox Lodge, Chubby and Dollar Juice. Let them stand and watch if that's what them wanna do. We don't really care, homie, what wrong with you? There's ganja in the air, just watch for the boys in blue. Hey, look, Gary coming.
What?
Nothing there. The police coming, but we not running away. The police coming, just don't have nothing there. You know we like the mango ride.
Brother, you have to break down this one for we here. What bring about this song?
Well, honestly speaking, I was looking at the fact that when I grew up, almost everything you hear me saying in this song, that was an everyday thing with us as that, you know, boy days.
Yes.
But now we don't really have them things again. Everybody boy days on Android, on Free Fire, PUBG, WhatsApp, Facebook, status, story, live. When last you drive, you used to be on the road every day. When last you see a group of youths playing marble pitch?
True.
Or somebody walking down the road with a piece of cane?
True.
Or, well, I see them flying kite regularly. No, but...
Yeah.
I just want to bring back the vibes, the culture from a long time now. Less of the gun thing, but I hear them youths them running down right now.
And I notice you mentioned the commissioner of police. What bring about that?
No, Mr. Gary Griffith, I find he doing a very good job, right? So the reason why I put that into the song is so that they will know that, well, due to the whole decriminalization and the 30 grams especially, we don't want the public to get carried away now. So when we say the police coming and we're not running away, it's because we show you're operating within the full extent of the law. You're not doing nothing illegally.
Talk, man.
Yes, we love to hunt, corner and money cool, and we love to start.
Yes, man.
Because we quite always blue. When we in the club, it's punching and penny too. Boy, we do thief and rob.
Yes. Nah, I like it. Hey. What? Let me run straight into the next one time.
I believe.
Go ahead.
Yeah, not loud and clear. All right, cool. So I'm not sure the DJ, that was all he received.
No. Nah, we're going into the next one time.
Serious?
The last one. Right.
I thought this was one, yes. I was prepared and didn't even know it.
First, the last one.
The beat. Leave the beat for last.
Music.
Well, Leon, Trinidad and Tobago brothers and sisters, family and friends, here what is we doing. I call him one day and I say, but here what going on? I listening to you spitting and you pelting real lyrics. You see this one here? Lego something on this rhythm here for me. Brothers and sisters, are listening to this young man. And this is what? Now, how long it take to do this?
Which song?
This one here. This.
Mentality.
Yeah. Freestyle.
Yeah. How long it take to do this? That's why I'm asking you. Just freestyle that off the top. Now, listen. Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters, family and friends, listen lyrics.
Lyrical extension. Here's what's happening. The name is redemption. And yes, it's an acronym. It means remove every dumb, envious movement. Position to isolate our natural. I'm recruiting the poor people, aka the chosen. I'll be standing for gold and speaking my mind, brother. I'm too outspoken. Ain't no split personality. My shit shows reality. I'm tuned to the streets and it's music mentality. A lot of my brothers on the grind, they're living their life misguided, turning to evil and they confide and doing it reckless, ain't even hiding. But the Bible says what you sow is what you
reap. Better know how you speak, I'm never slow on the speech. Brothers, how many chapters do you read a day, man? Marijuana ain't the only food for a brain, man. Simultaneously read your Bible, then pray, man. Okay, man. Enough of the warfare, grenades, man. Psalms on my mind, lost the remote replay, man. Real as the appeal, I be hitting the DJ, man. Christ, all of the evil you prevent. God, you the one who keep my flow decent. Christ, all of the evil you prevent. God, I'm going harder than the cement. Now, money is the economic enemy because we didn't kill and steal for it. So atomic on the energy, and it's real talk.
Nah. You had. Here this, I say I have a rhythm too. So give me 1, 2. Give you a freestyle. I'll go in your rhythm here.
Try.
You go hear the rhythm? Yeah. All right. Let me hear what's going on here. Give me something about the One Oak Foundation. You ain't know nothing about the One Oak Foundation. Give me something about the One Oak Foundation.
So these are tests, yes. Really freestyle?
Yes.
Alright. The foundation of the One Oak. They just help plenty young people, and this air one joke. I hear ways the scene, I just listen to the program daily. And I don't know on the radio they're helping kids and babies. Even though right now I'm feeling kinda cold in the AC, I just stay up to tune with the time in 91.9 lately. The One Oak Foundation helping the nation. We helping with sickness, we ain't talking about rabies. But I be going on to the next one and pray to God that he save me. Cause in this time that we live in, I praying that we could pass through. The COVID don't want to catch me, ain't no sneeze, nothing like achoo. So I be right here in the studio, me and Mr. Felix, trying to get away and get we vaccine on a sea ship. So the future we predict, and we evict all of the negativity out of we mind, sailing out on the sea ships. I don't really want to call too much of names, but I still give thanks. And showing off all of my freestyle talent. And as the man right now, I don't want to put my hand on the mic stand. What you mean? I sanitize it clean. Have no germs on the scene. The whole building COVID free. This is radio, not TV. Hopefully, but they might see me if they log into the live on the TV. No, on the YouTube or the FB. Honestly, I still have to give thanks one more time on the beat. I can't really hear it too much, but all I do is keep up. But I feel I had enough. But enough?
What?
Yeah, I'm around till the beat stop. You could just tell me when you had enough, or you could wait till the volcano erupt. Something again, and I come in again with the flame.
91.9. Give me 91.9.
91.9.
Yeah, give me something about 91.9. IWER.
Hey. Well, I want to say this. 3 of us in the studio here, 3 witness. Well, actually, it is 2. Mr. IWER, with all due respect, I want to know what happened to you. As soon as I enter the room, you jump in your car and zoom. You're supposed to be right here, right now. You're distanced by the zoo. Emperor Valley, somewhere back down where I come from school. But right now, I'm begging up the whole show. It is IWER House and the Pelau Show. Now we're talking about. And the positivity in the house. All these assets, them, they're not here. I trying to bring plenty love and things in the atmosphere. Hope the little children them here clear. Okay, Mr. Felix.
Take it over here.
Yeah, you can take it over here.
Hey. Trinidad and Tobago, brothers and sisters. Once again, give them your name, brother.
All right. My stage name will be, I have a few, you know.
Give me one.
All right, call me Rap Redemption, also known as Aaron Lane. That's my government name, one of my ID card title.
Give me a number we can get.
Contact information 868 Trinidad 276 5296.
Lovely. 868
276 5296.
Thank you very much. Trinidad and Tobago brothers and sisters, family and friends, brothers and sisters. Well, you know Monday to Thursdays, Felix hours. And I thanking each and every person. Tobago in your house, a senior. Bless good day. We thanking everyone who continue to tune in at Street 919. We thanking brothers and sisters far and wide. We thanking the One Oak Foundation. We thanking Mr. Neil IWER George and the entire staff. We thanking each and every one of our brothers and sisters streaming on YouTube, on Facebook. We're talking those listening on radio, those getting ready to go home, those in the garden, those praying, those who out and about, brothers and sisters, family and friends. This has been another episode of the Pelau Show. What I'm saying is, time for everybody to eat, time for everybody to drink. We will continue the conversation that we was at from Monday, please the Lord. Brothers and sisters, family and friends, we're saying stay positive, stay strong, stay focused. Don't let no one come in your environment and misguide you. What it is we are saying, each and every one of us is responsible for the level of content that we release in our spaces, in our environment. So when we bounce up proper and relevant content, when we bounce up our young people either selling, singing, writing, dancing, or doing whatever it is they're doing, when you're putting in an input, make sure it is positive. Make sure it is something that could uplift our young people. Yes, we know some of us already made it out of the ghetto, made it out of the hood, but each and every one of us have a responsibility to bring back relevant content to get others out of the hood. Brothers and sisters, family and friends, each and every one of us is responsible for our family and our friends. We are responsible for our content. We are responsible to make sure that our country, we are responsible to make sure that our government, we are responsible to make sure that our churches, our nation fly as high as possible. So when we speak positive conversation about Trinidad and Tobago, when you discussing our Prime Minister, the Doctor, the Mr. Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley, when you discussing your pastor, brothers and sisters, when you move and when you do what it is you do on a daily basis, I am asking you, be focused, be strong, understand where you stand, understand that you yourself and each and every one of your family played a part in Trinidad and Tobago, and they are calling on us right now to be positive, calling on us right now to bring forth relevant content. They are calling on us right now to make sure that we be respectful and responsible with the level of behavior we go through our daily lives. So Trinidad and Tobago, to the One Oak Foundation, to the Street 9119, to Facebook, to YouTube, to each and every one listening on radio. All your boy Irvin, the Pelau Show, says thank you very much for the continuous support. We will see you guys next week, Monday, with the One Oak Foundation in the house. Brothers and sisters, we want to continue to stay covered, stay blessed, and thank you very much for the continuous support. Nothing but love. Love you.
Enough respect.
Positive all the time. Don't let the negative things hamper your mind. Power in your tongue, power in your tongue. Don't let the wicked and evil talk keep you down. Enough of them come speaking evil things, but God give me the strength to overcome the negative. Spiritual wickedness in high place. No evil, the goodness of God can prevail.
Speak good things over your life. Don't let the devil tell you that you can't do it.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world, the Street 919FM.com. News from the Street 919FM.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 p.m. news on the Streets 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. Sponsored by TNTech, the power to make it work. In the headlines, TNT records 38 new COVID cases, the largest spike for the year. Supervisor dies after excavator runs over him by accident. A teenager is shot in the face, and news outside of Trinidad and Tobago. Brazil's president under pressure as the country's coronavirus death toll tops 300,000. And now the news in detail. Trinidad and Tobago has recorded its highest number of COVID-19 positive cases for the year. The Ministry of Health revealed that 38 new positive cases were confirmed between March 21st to 23rd. Prior to yesterday's startling statistics, the highest number of positive COVID cases stood at 21, which was recorded on February 4th, and before that 20 cases on January 21st. Yesterday's numbers came on the heels of a warning by the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parasram, on Monday that this country appears to be on the verge of a significant increase in COVID cases. The CMO and other health officials have been warning about an upsurge in cases in County Caroni over the past 2 weeks and urging citizens to adhere to health protocols to prevent an upsurge in cases, as they repeatedly stated that TNT is not out of the woods when it came to COVID. In more news, a construction site supervisor was crushed Wednesday after an excavator working on the site of the new Phoenix Park Industrial Estate near Couva accidentally ran over him. The 63-year-old operator of the excavator didn't know his machine had run over 46-year-old Paman Suku until he saw a cell phone on the ground and stopped to pick it up. Suku of Endeavour Village, Chaguanas, died while being treated at hospital. He was employed with Universal Projects Limited. The tragic accident occurred around 3 p.m. on Wednesday. In other news, health officials are reminding people that Easter camp activities are not permitted. The reminder comes as the school term comes to an end tomorrow. County Medical Officer of Health for St. Andrews, St. David, Dr. Alana Best, yesterday reinforced the COVID-19 measures during the Ministry of Health's media briefing. She said currently there are 2 confirmed cases within her district of Sangre Grande and environs. Meanwhile, 1 additional death was recorded on Tuesday, bringing the total number to 141. It was an elderly male with pre-existing conditions. In more news, a 19-year-old was shot in his face last night. The incident took place at about 9 along Samson Trace Canupia. Police were told the teenager was last seen sitting in a grey Mazda vehicle parked along the roadway waiting on a woman. An explosion was heard and people at the home came out and saw the vehicle driving away. They were later informed that the teenager had been shot to the right side of his face. The victim is in serious condition at hospital. Internationally, Brazil has topped 300,000 confirmed COVID-19 deaths, becoming the second country to do so amid a spike in infections. The United States reached that grim milestone on December 14th, but it has a larger population than Brazil. On Wednesday, Brazil's health ministry reported 2,009 daily COVID-19 deaths, bringing its pandemic total to 300,685. On Tuesday, the country saw a single-day record of 3,251 deaths. Brazil officials have expressed fears that April could be as bad as March for the country's overwhelmed hospitals. Meanwhile, Brazil's president has consistently downplayed the severity of the pandemic, insisting the economy must be kept buzzing to prevent worse hardship. He has also criticized health measures imposed by local leaders. And that was the 4 p.m. news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by TN Tech, the power to make it work. Recapping the headlines, TNT records 38 new COVID cases, the largest spike for the year. Supervisor dies after excavator runs over him by accident. A teenager is shot in the face. And news outside of Trinidad and Tobago, Brazil's president under pressure as the country's coronavirus death toll tops 300,000. Stay tuned to the Street 919 FM. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good afternoon.
street. News from the street. 919fm.com. Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The street 919fm.com.